guys and gals, and everybody here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you know on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of In Case of Emergency, Cedric's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Yeah. This one without wearing it. Let's see. If the sword is that important to you, you can hang on to it. You probably shouldn't touch it, but that doesn't mean you can't keep it around. Thanks, I appreciate that. The two of you sit in silence for a moment. He looks a lot better now that he doesn't have the sword on him. It feels ironic that something that was supposed to protect him turned out to be what was making him sick. Huh. But wasn't... Do you think we'll have to pay for these? Cedric stares down at his sheet speckled with blood, his eyebrows scrunching together in contemplation. That sword, you said you found it with the ring? Yeah, they were both family heirlooms. They're supposed to bring health and fortune to the bearer. Felt a lot of good that did me. But Lord Boscia wore the ring too, longer than anyone else, and he was fine. Then the same night he gets sick, he's found without his ring. What are you saying? Why would similar objects make one person sick and another person not sick? I think there's someone we need to go visit. You spring to your feet before the idea can escape you. It's still a half-formed thing, nebulous and only existing in that funny short-term memory space where you do math in your head. You need to get back to the Boscias before you forget. You'll work out the details on the way. Where are we going? You nearly crash into Luke in the doorway of the tavern. Hey! You figured it out? Oh, come on! I thought we were done for today! Luke sighs and pinches his brow, but there's no time to wait. Someone grabs him by the back of the shirt and drags him along the cobble roads. And crickets are chirping when you arrive. The paved road up to the Boscia Manor ends in a heavy wrought iron gate, black bars twisting into sharp spikes at the top. The guards, after some convincing and name-dropping, reluctantly lead you to Lord Boscia's room and rap on the door. There's a shuffling from the other side. One moment! Electra opens the door, dressed like she's gotten in from a day outside, or maybe like she's just about to head out. Her eyes widen when she sees you. Hey, can we talk for a minute? Electra blanches. I suspect this is a conversation we should have privately. She nods to the guards who shuffle reluctantly in place, hesitant to vacate the area, and takes another stern look before they march down the stairs, and Electra closes the heavy wooden door behind them with a click. The room is just as you left it, though a window has been cracked and let the cool night air in. The drapes move gently in the wind. Lord Boscia breathes shallowly in bed, the rise and fall of his chest barely perceptible. You want to talk to me about what happened to my father? Yes, but where's Alizarin? You kind of needed her for this. Your clever reveal hinges on it. In the meantime, you can buy time by pacing back and forth across the thick carpet, tapping your chin in lieu of toking a pipe. Rainbow machine. Interesting drink. Allie, what does she have to do with anything? Ha! She's walked right into your trap. Why? She has everything to do with this. After all, she's hiding in the armoire. Here! You cross the bed and fling open the doors to the armoire. Dust, more dust, and Alizarin, pressed into a corner filled with spare drapery, coughing into her elbow. In the moonlight, you're sure you see it. There's a spray of blood when she coughs. Electra moves to intercept you, placing herself between you and the closet. What do you want with her? Have a look. Electra regards you suspiciously before turning around. It takes her a moment to ascertain what's happening as Alizarin pulls her sleeve towards her chest. Then it hits her. Allie, what happened? She rushes to her side, wrapping your arm around Alizarin's shoulder. She holds her close, gently wiping the blood from her lips. You're not well. I should have done something. We should have gotten help. I promise I'm fine. Her protests are interrupted by another bout of coughing. Electra holds her close, rocking her against her chest. Cedric winces in sympathy. Wes watches the proceedings with a somber expression. All right, it's time to see if your hypothesis is correct. You've been sick all day. You probably felt tired in the beginning, then worse and worse. Then you started coughing blood. Sound familiar? Here, let me actually pick all the wrong ones. Allie got sick at the docks. No, she's been sick all day. Oof, okay, now best start. I mean, you just got sick. You just got sick tonight. No, she's been sick all day. Okay. Alright. Sound familiar? You look over at Cedric to back you up. The same thing happened to me ever since I equipped the Boscia sword I recovered ages ago. I was wearing it today for the first time. It was cursed. It was making me sick. So the question is, what's making Allie the same kind of sick? Electra stares at you in disbelief, helping Allie to her feet. It's the same sword. But we don't have it with us right now, and if she's been sick all day, she's been sick since before we got here. I mean... The same thing poisoning your father. Hemlock! Allie shakes her head. I've only had water in the past 2 nights. I've had to keep my head clear. Electra nods, confirming this. The ring. You remember being punched on the docks, the hard metal that collided with your jaw. Allie, can you take off your gloves? You figure you're on a nickname basis by now, considering you're about to save her life. What? You punched me earlier. You were wearing something underneath your gloves. Allie stares at you, unmoving. Her eyes flicker to Electra's, then back. You sigh. I promise. I'm trying to help you out here. Allie, if he's right... Allie narrows her eyes in distrust, but reluctantly peels both gloves from her hands. Sure enough, there's a ring at the base of her right ring finger. Where did you get that ring? I gave it to her, as a promise. Their faces are red. I love her. I would never try to hurt her. The ring belonged to my father, but it would have been mine eventually. I would rather it went to someone I cared about. Where did you get it? I told you, I took it off my father's finger last night. I thought he was just asleep, I swear. Right, but what about before that? Electra frowns. This is one of the heirlooms you recovered from the family tomb a few years ago. The same place where Cedric found the sword. She gasps. That's what's causing her to be sick. Take it off and she'll feel better. You hope you sound more confident than you feel, if you're wrong about this. Electra quickly wriggles the ring off of the other woman, tossing it at her feet before grasping Allie's hand with both of her own. Allie blinks a few times as though a fog had been lifted from her. Her voice is still raspy, but she manages, I feel a little better. Electra laughs in relief, pulling her close for a hug. She peppers her with kisses against her nose and forehead. Allie scrunches up her face as she tries to hold back a smile. But my father, he wore this ring ever since we recovered it. He's never fallen ill. You nod. Not until you took it off. It was preventing him from getting sick because he's part of the family. It must curse any outsiders. So all those nights he drank hemlock, he really was being protected by his Boscia blood. It's my fault for taking the ring from him. I poisoned him. Electra heaves a heavy sigh. You catch Allie squeezing her shoulder. You can't help but think of your own father in this moment. Maybe if you spent more time with him. This isn't your fault. You couldn't have known that he'd get sick. If I'd known... I know. So, what now? If I put the ring back on my father, he'll be alright? We think so. It should start taking effect immediately. If you're gonna leave, now would be the time to say goodbye. Electra hesitates, bending to the ground to pick up the ring. She turns it over in the palm of her hand as she stares at it. If you want, we'll take the ring. We'll give you two a chance to run before we put it back on. But then I won't be able to speak to him before we leave. Do you want to? Electra chews her bottom lip in thought. I heard the last time you talked to him, you changed your mind about running away. He's not going to die, Electra. You can write to him once we're far away from here. But if you don't make up your mind quickly, he is going to die. I don't know which choice is actually better for Cedric's path, so... 1 second, y'all. Damn, this drink is good. Do talk to him before you leave. You know this better than anyone. You should talk to him. You might regret it otherwise. Trust me. Electra nods, clenching her fist around the ring. I'll wait for you in the garden. Hurry! Allie sniffs at you, neither entirely disapproving nor grateful. She makes her way to the window, where she begins to scale down the trellis leaning against the wall. Thank you. Electra walks up to the prone form of Lord Boscia, where she kneels at his side to slide the ring onto his finger. You hear his form inhale, then exhale, his breath rising and falling in a steady rhythm. Hi, Father. And you never even got to say goodbye. After a long night of daring escapades, you finally retire to your room. Bed is hard. It's the exact stiffness of the vinyl mattress in your dorm, which is oddly comforting. You're so exhausted, your bones so weary, that it would be impossible not to fall asleep immediately once you got under the covers. It would be impossible to stay up any longer than you already have. You've been running around all day. You're tired. Too tired for your thoughts to keep you awake. In fact, you know what you haven't thought about in a while? Wouldn't it be true a feat of endurance to stay up thinking about Dad right now? It would take immense willpower to replay all your greatest hits. Like, how are you, Kieran? Fine. Good, good. Need anything? Not really. Snacks? Are you eating okay at school? Yeah, it's fine. How's your dorm room? You like your roommate? Do you have enough space for your stuff? Dad, I already told you I'm fine. Okay, if you say so. You know, I don't tell you this often, but hang on, my roommate just came back. Ah, he's so annoying. I have to go. I'll talk to you later. No problem. Talk to you later, kiddo. Dude, I told you can't hang your wet socks on the windowsill. You've remembered this conversation every day for the past 2 months. You were starting to forget when you first came down to Peregrine, but now the memories are back again with suffocating intensity. It's like 70 days in a row. That has to be some kind of record, right? Is it normal to feel like you're drowning in memories of people that don't exist? You're not sure what the point of coming down here is if you can't escape your own head. Are you ever going to get out of there? Are you even supposed to? You wish there was someone to tell you what to do. Not everyone has the privilege of being able to escape the real world, jackass. But alas, that is the burden we take on. We must raise up the downtrodden so that they might partake in our worlds. See? This guy gets it. Privileges such as the chance to romance the fair maidens of this land. We shall sally forth our banners held high so that we might fight for the hand of a lovely lady. Or man, or someone who doesn't identify as either, and we don't need to speak over them. And not at all our good deeds will speak for themselves. They will speak to the chaste, courtly nature of our love and its ability to persevere through hardship. We are the purest realization of chivalry. We are what it means to be kind, to be noble, to be men of God. Your pursuits of courtly favor are painfully mortal pastimes. To truly approach God, one must disavow such earthly desires. God has left behind scripture for us to read and copy. There can a man find the shortest proximity to his light. Fortunately, it is not the piety of one's spirit that makes one a knight. Any common man can be pious. It is a warrior spirit that makes the man a knight. Who? No, wait, before we go any further, I have another question. Are any of you guys okay with gay people? No. I feel like hand stuff. Oh. No, I agree. I think a little hand stuff with the homies is okay. What in the world are you talking about? You know, the Greeks. Well, what the hell am I doing here then? Do I even belong here? Maybe we could fantasize about a medieval past that was less heteronormative. Did Alan Turing belong in the mid-century? You don't belong anywhere. You just have to get used to that. Kieran, go to sleep. But what if I talk in my sleep, or worse, what if I walk? There's a word for that. Somnambulance. You can go to sleep, or you can help me wash the dishes. Good night. That's what I thought. You have everything packed for school tomorrow? It's gonna be your first day of high school. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Armor. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!